but
D&D community.
there is
Yeah.
very very big
LGL.
D&D drama.
Yeah.
Not all of
Fuck
it is
Wizards
super
of the
important.
Coast.
Mostly fuck wizards, but like I said, I've
They're
been talking
pretty
to my other
hot.
groups about it, and because there is a small part that does affect us, and it won't affect us for the short term, but I thought it'd be better for it to be brought up here than you read it somewhere else and then get worried or whatever. My other groups were like not freaking out, but thought that like we were gonna have to quit D&D forever. So I was
Oh
like,
No.
no,
I was like, oh
Organic
god, we got to
they
get
wizards
ahead
can't
of
keep
this.
D
loyalty.
and D from me. Shit.
No,
What?
but what they
We
can
are
do
D&D.
is make
And
it to where we cannot play D&D on Foundry, um, which is a pretty pretty real possibility. Um, Especially, I think it's 100% going to happen with the new D&D version that comes out. We will not be allowed to play that on Foundry. Um,
Fuck one D&D.
what what there are workarounds to it since it looks to be mostly based on D&D 5e. They can't stop me from going in and editing y'all sheets to add the new stuff that's going to be in it. So that's doable and is fine. The bigger ish is for if Foundry is going to be allowed to continue supporting D&D 5e, which is up in the air at the moment. The Foundry devs have communicated a bit with what they're thinking for the future and whatnot. And right now, they haven't gotten a good answer from Wizards, but the whole thing is kind of still in development. I think that they have said that they think there's a pretty good chance they will not be allowed to host 5e, depending on how all this licensing plays out. And that's really the only part that affects us. If that's the case, then the good news is that we do not need the D&D system to enjoy our game.
Hell no.
It's a nice vehicle. It's served us well and it's fun. But if we want to stay with Foundry, then it's very easy for us to convert this over to Pathfinder, to a variety of other games. Doesn't really matter. But I wanted to get ahead of it before y'all started reading stuff because it is very juicy drama to follow, and I encourage you all to get into it if you enjoy the drama like I do. But that is the only facet that really affects us. Is the
They
virtual
kind of
space.
backed up a little bit.
They kind of
A
did.
little
Yeah, did you
bit.
see their second?
They're just saying that was a rough draft.
Yeah, you don't
They
send
didn't
dates
say
on
they didn't
drafts.
say they're not gonna do it. They just kinda,
Yeah,
But
they're
they
just
definitely
like, hey,
noticed
sorry, we
how.
pissed you guys off. Is all they kind of said.
But they definitely noticed how a lot of people cancel their D&D subscription.
Yeah.
they did notice that.
But apparently they're gonna raise the D&D subscription. The
Yes,
top tier is gonna be $30.
I myself and I think many other people think that Wizards Hasbro is 100% going to continue down the path that got leaked,
100%.
and nothing is going to change whatsoever. So that's why I think these conversations are, and like, I mean, this is a good time away. It's not like it's going to affect us next week or anything, but just keep an open mind that we we don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but I'm not very concerned about it. It's like I think many of y'all echo the same sentiment. We really don't need the 5e system to have fun, and so if
I've heard good
worse
shit
comes to
about
absolute
Pathfinder.
worst, what's that?
I've heard good shit about Pathfinder.
Yeah, I've heard it's a good game. And there are so many out there. It's very easy to find a new home. So I just want to bring that up, in case anyone was worried about it, and just kind of get that out there. But we'll see what happens. I think that's really all I have to say about that. I am slowly bringing all of y'all's places into your map, our map, as you will see here in a little bit whenever we play. I think The best way to
Wizard's
do
map.
this, and I'm guessing that see that's the beauty of it. It's all my map. I think most of you are already on that screen, so I was going to introduce it whenever y'all got to Von Rieg, but like whatever. So let's just go over it now. It'll be easier this way. So you can see that I have added some pretty glow runes to the map. This is going to serve as our legend.
Pretty.
So I have a little legend marker down here for you. I love it whenever I drag y'all somewhere because all y'all's curses go crazy. They're like, it's so funny. So that gives you a little idea. As Jacob has pointed out, some of these actually have clickables. So if you click on some of them, they should bring up a little thing for you. Let's all try with the rusty flagon over here. Does this work for everyone?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If that one works, all of them should. And so ideally by the end of this map being built, all of these little markers are going to have a thing associated with them, and you're going to have a big fun map to explore. I have also finished uploading the clan ones, so you should be able to click on any of these clan heads, and it will bring you to the actual clan.
That links.
No
Seems
worm
like the rat
clan.
one doesn't work. The
No
worm one
worm
doesn't
clan.
work?
No.
The links.
David, did you get that picture I sent you?
I did. I'll have to play with that more. I thought that I
Or the
did.
rat.
Yeah, it's not all of them work. I thought I did them, but I guess I didn't.
And some
Whoopsie.
of these, like the minor menagerie, like we have more details on it, but it's like you wouldn't know unless you go into the shop, kind of thing.
Sure.
Like
Yeah,
there's
that
not gonna be
works.
like a list of all the animals out front, I guess.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Andrew has a list of those.
So a couple other things I want to show off before we play, just because it'll be cool, I think, in the long run. If y'all go over to your journal entries, the little book in the top right,
Yes.
open it up. You should see cities and towns. You click
Yes.
on that, you'll see Von Rieg. You click on
Yes.
that, you'll see clans
Yes.
and locations.
Yes.
So these articles are meant for y'all to be able to edit, and you should be able to now. And so let's all open Clan of the Bear together. And so when you click on it this way, it comes up frustratingly different than it does if you click it from the map. And I can't figure out how to do it, but oh well. And here you'll see that you actually have multiple tabs here. So you have the picture that reminds you what the bears do. And then there's a relationships tab, right?
Mine disappeared.
Yeah, it started
Yeah.
doing that and then it went away.
And
Oh,
you
yeah,
went
like-
through it, and you went through it through the journal entries, not the map.
Yeah, I don't have a second
Yeah, it starts.
well, it like appears and then it
Oh.
disappears.
Yeah, it went away. I
Yeah,
don't see it.
okay. That means it's the module. God damn. Okay, you might have to do a Google Doc then. I don't know.
Who do I complain to?
We already got the
About
Google
that.
Doc set up.
Me, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah,
Have a complaint,
you'll have to
David?
do it that way. I was trying to find a way for y'all to do it like in Foundry, but it looks like that's not gonna work for now. Okay, you can do the same thing as well. If you go down to the locations, you should see all of them there as well.
I
A lot of these are
These are all the ones that I added. So this is any other ones that you guys want to add.
Oh, hold on. I'm actually going to delete that document because that document actually really doesn't have much of a use anymore. Because what you should see is a large locations folder. Do you see the folder?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can click
Yeah.
the
Oh
Firefox.
yeah.
So if you open
Firefox.
that up,
Mozilla.
that should show all of these shops as well. And if go to the Shop of Curiosities and open it from there, does it have an items tab for you?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're able to actually see the shop?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So that's how the shops are going to work. And I'm also going to pop them out for y'all whenever you go there. But if you want to look whenever you're not there, that's how you can do it. I think that's all those things. Does anyone have any questions about anything I just showed so far?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Would you be able to explain how to get to it again? I'm sorry.
To the map?
Yeah, I was trying
to
to
the
figure it
things.
out, and I was like, oh god, he's already been explanation.
So any of the little rune icons are going to have a clickable that'll do most
Yeah.
of the work for you. If you want to look at the big list of them all, if you go to the journal tab in the very top right, it's like the open book.
Okay.
Then you'll see cities and towns, and then Von Rieg.
Bonrig.
And then there you'll see like the clans folder where you can take notes there or just look at them all. And then also the locations folder that'll have like all the shops and whatnot in them. I'm probably going to end up dividing the locations folder into the same categories that like the legend is in. So it's not just this huge list, but instead all those. But I didn't have time today. So
Thank
right now
you.
it's just a big long list. Yeah, you're welcome.
Beautiful.
Last
Amazing work,
thing.
David.
Last thing is I don't know if you remember at the end of last time, but we were having difficulty with your sheet, Manny.
Yes. How could I
Yes.
forget?
Yeah, I figured out the problem, and I figured out that it's for everyone's. So everyone, open up your character sheet like normal, and you're gonna see all your skills are missing. It's because the D&D system recently had an update, and for whatever reason, it bugged out the character sheet modules. So the character sheet module authors are currently working on fixing it, but in the meantime, they're kind of broken. So if you want them to be unbroken, when you open up
Ew.
your sheet at the top, you'll see a little gearbox that says sheet. Click that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There it is.
This looks like a
And then
different
you can
layout. I
click,
don't like it.
yeah, well, you're stuck with it.
Ew.
Where it says this sheet, there's a drop down, and you're going to change it from default sheet to default 5e character sheet.
Whoa.
That's soon to
This is like the
be.
old one.
That's
Yes.
gonna be locked out pretty soon.
Dude,
So-
trivia.
Oh,
So
dude,
this
it has
is
all my pictures
the-
back.
This is the original sheet, and that's why you didn't see any of your pictures too.
I kind of like
Um, So this is the original
Yeah.
sheet. If you like this
I
more,
like
if
it.
it makes more sense to you, then you're welcome to stay with it. Whenever the others get fixed, you're welcome to go back.
Yeah, it's
But like for you, Fail, now
All
or
that
for
is-
everyone really, if you go over to Features tab,
That's where
you
I'm
should
at.
see your
Features tab.
classes, and there's now
wait,
that
wait.
drop.
Features, which
Yeah.
oh, within our character sheet.
Yes, and there's a drop down for your level. This is where you
Okay.
can level up and just click the drop down from level 12 to level, I think, 14 that you are now.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Mine
So
was, okay.
yours, Jar, you might be different. Let me look at yours.
Well, I think we're just gonna have to manually add
Ooh.
whatever features I get, and then
Yes.
yeah, because like I still got to get with you. I've been so busy this week.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. No worries.
This
I
is so
don't-
cute.
Fail, I saw you create a new class. Try and just do the drop down. Where it says level 12, just click on that.
Waco.
Well, I mean, you know.
What?
Okay.
Whoa! What?
14.
What?
What's innate spellcasting?
Yes, so Manny, you can show off your new staff to
Save
everyone.
button? There's a
Oh!
save button?
Yeah.
How can you do that?
I think that you did it, Waco.
Oh, okay.
You're level 14 on the sheet at least. I was just watching your sheet.
Alright.
Thunder
well,
is so cute.
We took a long rest. I never took, I guess. Let me get that going.
Let me see the staff, bro.
Yeah, so go and link us the staff of the wildlings first, Manny.
Oh.
Can we just whip it out like that?
Link it.
Yeah.
Linker didn't happen, bro.
Go and link it.
Your dad's not really dead.
Wait, but how do I link this whole detail description from Reels?
Just click the
So,
picture.
Just do the staff first, the staff of the wildlings. We're gonna take it bit by bit.
like usability?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, nice.
So I have 10 charges, and then all these spells I'm able to cast that equal that charge. Of course, I don't want to use it all the way because it. Well, the original. So David was a cool ass DM and based this off of the staff of the woodlands.
Mhm.
So there's that half, and then since I changed my circle to wildfire, there's a second half to the staff.
Ooh, wildfire step. Cauterizing
Oh, you
shillelagh.
rolling a 1 real quick. I already know. You can have
Beautiful.
a useless stick, bro.
Nah.
Just don't run out.
Yeah, I'm not running out because that bitch is gonna be a regular stick.
Hell yeah.
But the innate spell casting, where did that come from?
Where?
So if you read the Staff of Wilding Fire, going down,
So
there's the
it's
use of bonus
because
action, and then there's the Cauterize Shillelagh. And so those are both innate because it's tied to your staff, not like a spell slot. And so you can use that whenever the staff is
my
on fire.
Where's
Hey,
this
David, can we
innate?
homebrew it so if he touches the tip of his wildfire staff to my crawled destig, we can create a burning plant zombie?
Wow, I kind of like that. Yeah.
this is dope as fuck. Thank you, David.
You're welcome. I'm glad that you like it.
Hey, and it gives you
Um,
kind of a weapon to use.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a range form and a melee form, essentially, and a way to
It's
get in
fucking
there.
dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, I leveled up, but the feats aren't showing up on my feat.
Oh,
tab.
Okay.
and this is
Good,
wildfire
If
step
it's
for
not
anyone who is
a
curious.
PvE feat, it probably has to be added manually.
But I can do that for you. You're a way of the worm, correct? Something like that.
Ascended dragon.
That's much cooler.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
No,
whoa!
this is WYRM, different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon
Although the
Lord.
clan house.
So you get
Okay, Elden
aspect of.
Ring.
I have
No?
I get normal monk feats though.
Oh, it's normal monk stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I can do is I can import them, and it's a lot easier to do this way. So you
Wildfire
get
stuff's
okay. I
cool.
see 13 and 14.
Mhm.
Tongue of the
Right.
Sun and Moon and Diamond Soul.
Oh, yeah,
dude,
diamonds.
Cauterize Shillelagh. How do you pronounce that? Shillelagh?
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh?
Shillelagh.
That's fucking cool.
Shillelagh.
So basically, you can
Okay.
hit him and you get a +8 to hit because it's your spellcasting modifier.
Well, the best thing is that now I can fucking do an actual decent attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Because I'll be like, okay,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
punch him then. But that's if it's in the wildfire
Right.
stage.
And you have to
So this is
bonus
what you
action
get.
cast it. But I think
This
it
is what
lasts
you get,
for
Ventus.
a while. 1 minute.
Yeah, the wildfire staff lasts for the remainder of that day. I won't be able to use the regular.
Cauterize Shillelagh is 1 minute, which is like 10 rounds of combat. So.
Oh yeah.
You'll be fine.
So they're your stuffs, Ventus. Does anyone else need something added to their sheet, barring Jaryu, for their level up that they're missing?
Yeah.
Manny, are you missing level 7 spells?
Oh, let me
Yeah,
check.
spellcasters are going to need to pick their level 7 spells, or at least
I
like
have
put
all
into
of
the
them.
sheet.
Mine are there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
David, I'm gonna need you
Mhm.
to add my other totem spirit thing.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a
okay.
necessity, but I just need the one for the next one I choose is bear.
Okay, cool. I mean, I would rather we can just get it all the way now, and
Okay.
that way I don't forget. Since we're doing it, let's just do it. Okay, I think I just imported your bear feature. I don't know what it is. Oh, this one. I also kind of like this because everyone gets to see what everyone gets when they leveled up.
Yeah, this is dope.
While you're
I got
raging, any
nothing.
creature within 5 feet of you that tosses has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Level 7 spare spells, Jacob. That's a lot.
I know, but nothing else cool.
Did you get anything, Jen?
I only got 9 cool
That needs to
spells.
be
I
added.
didn't get a cool feature.
No, I think everything I have is here.
Ridiculous.
Okay, cool.
How do we
actual
add spells
resurrection
again?
now.
Actually,
You have to go
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of
have to-
checking really fast because
The
it's really
spells
easy
book,
for me.
right?
You go to item, no.
I guess I'm missing stuff under my features, like the
Compendium.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Compendium.
You're a thief, correct?
correct.
Okay. You got a rogue feature and an archetype feature as your subclass. That's kind of cool. You got
Blind sense.
blind sense, which I did not know that you got,
Ooh.
and use magic device. Wow. you're able to hear. I guess you did use it with the unseen servant, but I didn't think about the implications.
Yes.
All my invisible
Very
people are
average
about to fight
unseen
against are
servant.
now going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So quick question, if the compendium pack spell book does not have my spells, is that something that I need to get with you offline, David?
Yeah, we can add that.
It should have your
Here.
basic druid spells, but it's not going to have the wildfire stuff because it's an expansion.
No, yeah. The wildfire is just like basic spells. I don't think I get level 7 based off wildfire.
No, but like
Yeah,
if
those
that's
have
an
to-
expansion with different spells in it, those don't exist in the PHB. This only has PHB
Yeah,
spells and nothing
access. Spells that you're
We
access
can,
to.
We can add them later, Manny. Don't worry.
Okay, but quick question: if I do find a spell,
else. Drag
like,
and
let's
drop
say
it into your
Firestorm?
inventory.
You should drag it onto your sheet.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I
we can
don't
take
know.
care of spells later. Joey will take care of
Yeah,
you
yeah.
later.
Yes, sir.
And I think
feel
that
like a lot of my stuff
Fael,
is-
is yours up to date? Not.
I mean, no, because we got like a major overhaul. Remember, like.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll deal with
it's
you
not
later.
just. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll deal
Oh,
with you later.
no.
Okay. I feel comfortable getting into it.
Fireball.
And, oh yeah, now you have fireball.
No, I don't.
The classic.
What? Well, you're no, you don't. You don't. All right. What'd y'all do last time?
We last time were in our Magic Kingdom, the sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
and we we kind of I made a feast for everybody and talked about getting a boat, but just minor points. We kind of like have decided that our next like path that we're going towards is Von Rieg. Manny had just come back, right? Like you had just come back.
Yeah.
At the start of last one, right? Okay, and then you told us everything about going on the wildlings. You showed us like your bloody self. That was like, all the shit you had like going on, and then. Oh, Fael's leaving. She's not coming with us to Von Rieg. And we're leaving for Von Rieg pretty much like now? Have we not left yet? Are we leaving now?
Yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah, you're like on the way. I think that not it the y'all paused to have your feast on the way out.
Oh, and Jin made us also decide on the council to serve over Ocaria. So we did that. Okay, what else am I missing?
Did we ever actually put that in motion, or did we just talk about it?
Yeah,
No,
we're
we
making
told-
Fael
Yeah,
Put
do
it
it.
in motion,
I'm-
right?
Yeah.
Fael's doing
I'm
it.
gonna.
She's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
doing
pop
some
to Ocaria.
teleporting with the helmet. Pop, pop, pop. Drop some messages off. Yeah, I gotta get. I gotta get Picard and whoever else is there to work with the Rat King, and then beef out of there and go to Descartes' land, the Riverlands.
Oh, we also got the very cool cinematic at the beginning.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about it. What happened to Ripjaw?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
He was told to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
He was
so
he was
close.
him and his boy were about to get closer with the centaurs. Or
Centaurs, yeah.
As Jacob like took off his armor and shit, was about to like show that he
Ripjaw.
doesn't mean any harm. Ripjaw, yeah. And then right before he was about to like, show them no harm, he got the message, come back.
Yeah. In a dramatic and inconvenient fashion, they had reached the Mistlands, found the centaurs, maybe had an idea of an animal worshiper, and then were asked to come back immediately.
Oh, and the Archmage is going back to Grant City.
Yes.
Yeah, he's covert mission. Get some intel, right?
Yeah, he was deliberately vague on what he was trying to accomplish, but he tried to assure you that he was going to stay out of trouble, and that he was heading to none other than Blackstone Tower.
Oh yeah.
And then we had a lot of reminiscing.
Yeah, feeling jar you
Yeah.
in on Blackstone Tower and whatnot.
Felix, that's some bitch.
Yeah. Is there anything else that y'all would like to ask any questions about or clarify?
I think we're good.
I think I'm good.
In that
yeah.
case, I think we jump in. So I want to pick up right where we left off. Y'all are finishing up your feast, and it is the early morning as the group of you are in the Diamond Sanctuary.
Well, thanks for that feast. Thanks for the pie too. I appreciate it, Aslos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
then
pie
I
was
like
good.
take a bunch of the leftover meat and I'll just start shoving it in my bag.
So I guess you better be off then, Fael.
Yeah. Okay. Stone me. Let me know what's going on. Once y'all know what's happening there, I'll do the same. All right. Guess I'm good. And then I'll have no, I don't even
Wait.
have her. She's tucked away.
Wait, Fahil, here you go. And then I hand over
Hang on, what you
Fahil. I
got?
was like, keep this until you come back. And I give him the bag of tricks.
Oh no way. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I know how
you
much.
love me.
I know how excited you get when I get some animals out. So I figure I'd give you some company.
Okay. That's so thoughtful, Thunder. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Look around at everybody. All right. Y'all are good. I'm gonna bamf out of this one bitch.
Good luck, Fail.
And then
We're all counting on you.
Yeah,
And,
I got this.
Yeah, the Archmage kind of gives you a small nod and says, "Good luck, Fio. Let me know how you're doing."
D, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I'll bamf straight to Ocaria.
Blamp.
Yeah, you blamp and you're out. I like to think that's kind of the noise that the helmet makes, like
Like
and
if
you're
there was
out.
onomatopoeia like a comic, it would go blamp.
Yeah, and you're out. And the Archmage kind of begins to walk over to this side of the table and says, "Well, would you like to head out first, or would you like me to?"
Yeah, we're leaving second, my friend. I do not trust you still. Look how dusty this place is, and I am missing a book. Don't think I didn't count.
We'll lock up.
And he, from a small bag that he has on his waist, he kind of pulls it up and he opens it slightly and pulls out a rather thick tome. And you can see where it has been dusted on this bookshelf for a while. And there is a very faded gold text that goes down along the spine. And he kind of pulls it out of his bag to flash it at you. And the front of it, you can make out one word in the faded gold text. And he says to you, "Actually, I think I'll be needing this one. And also, it's mine." And the word that flashes on the front of it is the word vampire.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, we
Started it all.
I mean, we definitely memorized that book back to front, but come on.
And he walks over to Ventus. And he hands you
I didn't steal the book.
He hands you a sealed. He looks at you and he says,
I
"What?"
feel the book.
No, you
Imagine.
stole the book. It's been in the bookcase. I
That's
wanted to
awesome.
give you this. And he hands you a waxed letter where the seal has obviously already been broken. It's quite wrinkled. It's quite old.
You
And
read
he
my
gives you
mail?
He cocks his head and he says, "No, this was in the study."
Oh yeah, it's been in there, Ventus. It's been there for like years, man.
I thought that while you're in Von Riek, maybe it might interest you. And when you open it, you find that it is a letter that y'all have actually read before. I'll put it on the table here so you can double click it. It's quite old.
Where'd you put it?
It's on the table.
Mhm.
Oh, I was like, what?
Thunder, are you blind? It's on the table. We're all reading it right now.
Wait,
I'm
is
mourning my father.
Is this new, this letter? Or did he put it there recently? Or no, it's just been in our study, right?
It's been in the study for a while.
I do
In
vaguely
real
remember
time,
seeing it.
maybe like a year. Like this was when y'all were like almost like planning to go to Karenport.
Yeah.
And whenever y'all first arrived in the sanctuary, because this Lestrange, if you remember correctly, is not the Lestrange that you knew, but his father,
Mm-hmm.
the one who sailed to the fingers of Balma in the one shot that we did, illustrated in the other letter that's in the study. So this letter now is easily 70, 80 years old. And as y'all recount over these two letters, I'll bring the other one over here to the table too, so you can refresh yourselves. The Archmage kind of raises a hand. He says, "Good luck in the Dwarven City. I'm sure we'll talk soon." And he steps out.
Bye, Archmage. Oh, damn it, missed him.
You're too late.
I go and lock the door behind him.
And the door is locked.
All right, so now we're going to Von Riek. Okay?
I'm gonna take the letter and keep it to myself. The one about the sword.
Sure.
What is this about a sword?
It's about my magic sword that I don't know what it does yet. Except
It's
that it
secret, he
glows
knows
and,
what it
and
does
and it floats.
And that
And,
letter
and,
It's not. I don't think it's as cool as what you do.
and Jaryu, I think you might have seen this sword before. He places it on flat surfaces or up in the air, and it spins and points a direction very strongly. I don't know if you remember him doing that.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
pull it.
vaguely
I'm gonna pull it out to demonstrate. No, I'm just put it on the table.
Yeah. And as soon as you place it vertically, it immediately begins to spin really rapidly and slowly, like as it almost like kind of flits multiple times. It stops and it points to a pretty strong northeast.
I tried this in Von Rieg, for that split second we were there, and it wasn't pointing. It was perpetually spinning. So
Well, let's go find you that sword.
Maybe
Hold
we'll
on.
find Lestrange as well.
Wait,
Do we
isn't that the
know?
guy who died?
Do we know he died?
yeah,
I mean, I have a bottle of his
Wait.
ashes mixed inside of a potion of healing.
No,
Oh,
his
Lestrange's
dad.
dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't think you have his ashes.
So, this guy, this letter is from a man who knows a lot about swords.
I think so. I
Curious.
can't open the letter anymore.
Really?
I can open the X.
Not the other one?
Yeah.
Let me see
Wait. Yeah.
if I. Oh, holding on. Oh boy. If I do
Oh,
this.
got it.
Oh, okay. I'll just show
Where-
you all anyway.
Where even is our teleport room in this place?
It's like
It's upstairs, but I don't have the map loaded. Sorry.
We
My-
get
My
there.
immersion's
our
ruined, but
eyes-
whatever.
Yeah, our eyes are closed until we walk downstairs. It's like we're blindfolded.
Mhm.
Alright, everyone walk blindly upstairs and let's teleport to.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the group of you do you pocket both letters, Ventus, or just the one?
just the one from Mothris.
From Makrit.
Yes, Makrit.
Yeah, perfect. You
I'll pocket the other one.
yeah, and you bring them both along. And the group of you head upstairs where the teleporter room is, and you find that there are, to describe it a little bit better for you, Jaryu, there's a room upstairs that kind of began all of this. They have like 5 different way stones, 5 different way platforms, I should say, that work in combination with a runic code to their partner, right? So you have to plug in the right runes of your partner teleporter to connect to it and get over there, which is why they were heading to Von Rieg in the first place, so that they could hook theirs up to the Von Rieg one and go there willy-nilly. So,
Why is this on a mansion in the middle of nowhere?
well, this mansion belonged to the Lestrange family, who is like a family of archmages, essentially. So this was their retreat home to get away from the busy city life, their mountain home. They were really rich. And so this would help facilitate them traveling to the other arcane colleges. It was gifted to this group kind of as a thank you for trying to save the city, but then Lestrange died.
We tried.
So now it's like really theirs.
Nice.
Yeah. So you go upstairs and you find the portal room with your hookups, and you have your Von Rieg portal all set up and ready to go for you.
Before I go upstairs, go into the study and take all, however many books, and I'm piling them in because I no longer trust the army. So I am taking them all with me because I am tired of things going missing. So every book
just
is
slosh into
now
the
with
beer?
Aslos.
Yeah.
No,
That's a
I am
separate
at
bag.
least somewhat organized. Jeez, it's not the beer bag.
Aslos, you should write a book called The Diamond Dragons and You.
That's funny.
I mean,
yeah,
I have
you load it
dreams
up.
and ambitions, and that is part of my dreams and ambitions.
Sure. Yeah, you load it up. You get as many books in there as possible. I like to think that you maybe leave the college in kind of a mess. Not the college, sorry, the bookcase, the book room in kind of a mess as you're just piling it in. But you get them in.
We need to write a book that says how to become a diamond dragon, and it's 1 page, and it just says you can't.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, you guys are all gonna go wild in Von Rieg, and I'm gonna be in like an inn somewhere writing a whole book.
It's gonna be a bestseller.
Bestseller. Aslo.
That's Aslos's epilogue for sure.
Yeah, that's the ending to all of this. Okay, so y'all are presented with your waystone, your waypoint.
Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Send it.
And you head through. And
I like this.
yeah, crazy music happens. You have that very familiar sense of being pulled through, like by a hook by your stomach as you get lured through. Very uncomfortable. And the group of you blink and find yourself in a very different location. That's not really what I want yet. Wait for it. You find yourselves in a kind of dark, crowded room. This room has very few things in it beyond the way portal that you're standing on. There are a few desks, some bookshelves, but you notice that there's no natural light coming through the windows of this building. It is instead lit by soft oranges and deep reds instead of the regular white light that you're used to from the sun. And you are alone in this room. Yokizos, you and Jaryu recognize this room to be the same upper level room that you found in the Raven Clan house when you used the way portal to get out from Von Rieg to Ocaria.
Are the guards here?
No, it is empty.
I just walk out knowing where to go.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the group follows.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and as y'all walk out into the hallway, you can hear conversation happening below, in what both Jaryu, you and Yokizos know to be like the main hall, the long hall of this clan house.
I kind of I say out loud, I'm like, Yaren? Yaren? Like, asking
And
for him.
yeah, kind of calling out for him. And when you call out, the chattering, the voices that you heard downstairs all kind of stop, and it goes quiet. And then there's a bunch of chatter as several footsteps can be heard coming up the wooden the wooden staircase. Leading them is Yaren. And behind him are several other members of the Raven clan, all in their kind of purple twilight cloaks. And Yaren looks to you, and then the group behind you, and kind of opens his eyes kind of widely. And for some of you, I think that, I guess besides Jaryu and the dwarves that you saw in Ocaria, this is the first time you've seen the dwarves kind of in their natural habitat. They're all kind of short, like Jaryu. They have robes that have little ravens on them. I don't really know where I was going with that. Yaren looks at you and he says, and he opens his mouth and says, "By Bulma, you've all returned."
Yeah, I told you we would.
I know, but you went into a war zone. This is all you please come, mate. And he kind of starts yelling at the other ravens behind him. "Move out the way! Let them downstairs. Come on!" And he kind of ushers you all forward. And he says, "And you brought more with you. These are new people that I must meet. Yeah, come, bring them down." And they kind of pave a way through the staircase, bringing the group of you downstairs. And you are brought into the main room of the clan house. It's very long and very wide. In the center of it, like built into the floor, is a large fire pit that burns and illuminates the room and keeps it warm. And there are long, huge oaken bookcases that line the walls, filled with tomes and scrolls and books. There are several calligraphers' tables as well as scroll tables that are dotted throughout this room that you can see dwarves working on as they write manuscripts and work on letters. And as the group of you come downstairs, everyone kind of looks to you, not in awe, that's maybe a little strongly, but definitely like quieted and fully observant, as Yaren brings you all downstairs into the long room and says, "Please, make yourselves. We must send out many letters letting everyone know that you have arrived safely. You actually just barely missed some other dwarves that were coming back from the same place that you were. Undorn came back not so long ago. So we must notify him, of course, of your return." And he kind of turns to some of the ravens that are writing. "Stop your writing and write letters now. I need you to write letter to the council, to Undorn." And he turns back to you two. "Is there anyone else that we should notify?"
Yes, what of Sornin and Lopen?
And he kind of looks at you blankly.
The Worm Clan.
Who? Oh. Yes. No, they did arrive too. So shortly after Undorn and his party, yes. Lopen and who's the other?
I'll notify them on my own.
Perfect. That actually works out quite well. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. We have several letters going out, and you can see that for these letters that they have very quickly written, several ravens have actually flown into the room. Big, beautiful birds. I don't know if you've ever seen a raven, but they're actually kind of large. And the ravens are affixed with these letters. And you can see that specially built in this clan house, a very large window has been built that has several perches on it, fitted for these ravens to rest and be ready to go. And so they kind of tie up the raven letters and they send them out through the city. And Yaren turns back to you and you see, "You'll see flying through the city very often are ravens. They're ours, delivering letters, small packages, everything that you might need. Just call down a raven. They're very smart. They'll look to you, find you. But a raven is not important right now. What's important is your return. Tell me, how did everything go? I was quite concerned. And please introduce me to your new compatriots here."
Well, Aaron, a bunch of people died, okay? And they turned into snakes, and it was fucking terrible. It's a war. It's not a happy thing.
Oh.
But this is my
Yes,
friend
yes.
Aslos, over here, the giant, Goliath.
And he kind of looks up to you and he says, "Boy, did I never think a Goliath would be stepping suit and Von but you are most welcome."
And
Can,
I
can everyone
like.
see that? Can everyone see that?
Yeah,
Is it hidden?
it is
No.
not hidden.
Oh, that's
I see
dumb.
it, but I don't know what it means.
I think if they
Oh,
don't speak
yeah.
Dwarven, they would just see the runes,
Okay,
not
because
the
I
message.
can read it.
What?
Yeah, I was
Is
like,
it written or spoken? Because I can understand.
it's written.
written.
I sent a
Okay.
message on my disc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
David, I need to change that as well because I would understand Dwarven.
Sure.
I would not speak at all.
And this, my bird
It's
friend.
one way.
This is my bird friend, Ventus. He comes from Idahar.
Ah, a very long ways you have flown, our avian friend.
I just give him a nod.
And this is Jin. He is an Okaria native, so we kind of.
Oh,
Big reason we wanted to keep Okaria, or get Okaria back, was because that's his hometown.
of course, excellent.
I nod and say the Archmage sent his regards.
Ah, the Archmage of the Grand City, yes. We,
Formerly known as, yes.
yes, formerly known as Grand City. Huge shame, big tragedy, but happy to hear him is doing okay.
This is Thunder. He is a fellow Raptuan.
Thunder.
Thunder, yeah.
I nod as well.
Thunder.
We have difficulty with the TH. Thunder.
Thunder.
And I was kind of meaning to say, but this is like the first time that like Aslos is like visually kind of disgusted with a group of people. Like I don't show it openly. Like it's not like ugh, but it's like you can definitely tell it's like I am a bit uncomfortable. For the
Yeah,
first
there's
time around
a little
group of people.
tension. A little tension. A little, like you said, a little awkwardness maybe.
Wait.
And we're also missing one of our companions, Fail Linden. She's on another task.
Ah, of course, of great importance, I'm sure.
Yep.
I,
Where did my Fearbulk friend come in, Grat?
yes, a Firbolg, yes. We could not forget him. He came here. He tried to sleep with our ravens over on the windowsill, and we told him that he's not allowed to sleep there. This is not a sleeping point. So we ushered him away.
Do you know where he went?
I do not.
Okay. Alright, Yaren, well, we got other shit to do, so.
Well, first I must introduce myself. It is my pleasantry. And he kind of steps like in front of you, and to get to the rest of the group, and he says, "I am Yaren Fortel, the clan elder of the Raven clan. We prize ourselves in our writing, our calligraphy, storytelling, lore keeping, anything bardic, anything knowledgeable, and anything arcane. So," and he kind of presents like his arms out, "if any of these attributes interest you, then I would recommend you visit our clan house, and we may give you a more better tour."
I lean towards Aslos and I'm like, they're kind of the nerds.
I give him a half smile and kind of like turn back.
It was
like,
not as quiet as I thought it was.
Yeah, Undar doesn't, or not Undar, Yaren doesn't like acknowledge it, but there's like a small like face on him that makes you think he probably heard. And as he finishes his little spiel, which I think would be kind of awkward to all of you, like as he's like kind of selling his clan in a way, like it almost feels a little forced, a raven flies to the window with a message reattached. And one of the dwarves brings it to him and he reads it and he says, "Ah, this message comes from the council. They request your presence immediately for you to head there straightforwardly." How would you say this in common?
That's good enough, Yaren. Thank you.
Yes. You are excused, I suppose. You may leave. Please, go.
Alright, thanks, Yaren. Yeah, walk out.
And the group of you walk out into the splendor of Von Rieg. And I think for anyone who hasn't been here, it would be quite breathtaking in a way. You find yourselves in the largest chasm, cavern, or cave, however you want to describe it, that you've ever imagined. It stretches hundreds of feet up into the air with gigantic stalagmites hanging from its ceilings. There is so much room that you can almost feel the voices of the city reverberate throughout. And it's quite warm being cradled underneath the mountain. It doesn't experience weather like a normal city might. And you can see all around you that this city has been built up quite considerably. There are tall buildings that loom over you, but the dwarves have built in a way that almost reminds you of like a favela, where the homes are built up, they're stacked horizontally to make room for the space. Because while vertical space is quite free, the cavern stretches up hundreds of feet. Horizontal space is a little more difficult to come by. So the dwarves have worked around this by building upwards, and their communities almost are shaped like mountains as they start strong in the base and tower upwards, having to climb through different buildings to reach the different stories of these strange rock-like communities. There are dwarves walking all around you as you exit out into the streets of Von Rieg, and immediately as you're at the Raven Clan house, you would notice several things. Oh, and I didn't activate the scene, so how could you see? You are here in front of the Raven Clan house, and immediately you notice several things. There is a gigantic lift, Elden Ring style, that is
Hey.
constantly going up and down, maybe 300 to 400 feet upwards, pulling people, dwarves, up into the ceiling of the cavern out of sight. And you can see that every maybe 15 or so minutes, it comes back down to fetch a new array of passengers in it as it comes back up. You can also see in front of you this way a gigantic, towering statue, maybe 60 to 70 feet high, of Balma. And Balma in this statue is equipped with a massive trident that he has in his one hand, and outstretched in front of him is a beautifully golden ornate shield. And I think all of you would recognize this shield as the shield that is also housed on the royal crest of Von Rieg itself. Um, the shield is extremely well known. It is almost a symbol for the entire city in a way, as the holy shield of Balma. And off in the distance, you can kind of see the shadow, the silhouette of another statue that you presume to be Mothra, that also stands at a towering 60 to 70 feet. But most impressive to you of all would be the council itself. It appears to you from the outside as an extremely fortified, a massive fortress-looking type, citadel type structure with large ramparts that are built up on a large hill that kind of overlooks anything else in this giant cavern. You would think that at any part in this cavern, you would quite clearly be able to see this risen citadel. And you presume that this is for a reason, as a statement to the strength and the power of the council and how it oversees all things in Von Rieg. It's quite impressive. And I think it would come as no guess that that is where you are being requested to go, is to the council building, where both you and Yokisos have been before.
Correct. This place is crazy.
So, last time I was here, there was so much shit going on, I kind of had tunnel vision, and I did not at all, like, really take in everything. But now that I'm seeing it, like, I'm really, like, looking at everything, definitely, like, blown away right now. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think it would take like considerable time to really take in this. It's like going to New York city for the first time and just like standing there for a bit and being like, oh my god, like the city is kind of incredible.
So where are we going? Is it that big building over there that looks heavily fortified?
Yeah, that's the. I'm still like looking up at the top of the cavern, like that's the council of elders. Yeah, and then I look back down at it, and then, yeah, that's where we're going. Just so you guys know, this is gonna be like a shit show. Just throwing it out there. I had already talked to them before to ask them for help, and like you stand in the middle of this giant room, and they all interrogate you, and some of them are assholes, and some of them aren't assholes, but aren't like cool enough to actually speak up against the assholes. Yeah, it's politics. That's all I'll say. Put it at that.
We'll likely
Dwarfs assholes? I never would have guessed.
we'll need to pit them against each other to try to get
These dwarves in particular are giant assholes.
But they're all really small though, because they're dwarves. No offense, Joey.
None taken.
Giant assholes, but really small. Yeah, I guess we're just walking there, right?
Yeah, you kind of start heading there.
As we're like walking,
Mhm.
so I'm asking like, so who's already on our side? Are any of the clans like?
So the people that came through the portal with us, the Ox clan, is with us for sure. Undarn's their leader, and I've talked to him and stuff. And they have like an alliance with the boar and the stags, I believe.
The Raven guy seems nice.
Yeah, I think the Raven guys are kind of more neutral-ish. The Wolf clan fucking hates me, and he has some other pact with the Bear clan and the Rat clan, I believe.
What'd you do?
I literally just showed up. Like, seriously.
Oh, it's like a.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I guess I pissed off the Wolf clan leader because they were stealing food from the Ox clan, and basically their families were dying, and I didn't let them.
Yes.
Damn.
And the Wolf clan, like, blackballed me, basically.
You have friends among the Worm clan for what that's worth. And I kind of just...
To me, Jaryu, that's as equal as friends among the Ox clan. Yeah.
Eh. I hate this place.
And you feel, Jaryu, your pocket kind of vibrate as you receive a message on your disc. And the group of you continue walking. As you approach the council building, it really looms over you. This building is beautifully ornate with the kind of stone masonry and stone working that you would come to expect of your stereotypes of the dwarves. It is nearly perfect in every way, in its fine details, its artistry, its commandment over the city, but also intimidating. It is not a friendly-looking building. It towers over you. It makes you feel small, and it makes you feel insignificant, which you also feel was probably part of the design going into this building. There is one entrance in, which you can see here on the far side, so it takes you a little bit more time to walk around the perimeter of the council building, and a little more boringly, because of these two monuments to both Balma and Mothra, and the council building itself, nothing else is really built up around it. It's just kind of like an open area. So you don't get to look at much, but you do get to look at the towering statue of Balma as you walk around it. And as you clear this corner to get to the entrance of the council building, you are finally able to make out the monument to Mothra, which stands equally high and is equally as impressive from a sculpture standpoint, from a statue standpoint. Unlike Balma, who stands with a trident and a shield, Mothra stands with two weapons and an X like this. In his right hand is a long dwarven sword, which is crafted quite differently from your standard longsword. It's almost more like a scimitar that has a wickedly curved tip that flanges around the other edge. And in his right hand, he holds a weapon that most of you would guess to be an axe of some sort. It looks like a flail. It's a spherical top, like a round top, like a mace would be. But around its edge is a sharp blade that brings it around, which you presume to be maybe another culturally dwarven weapon. And he kind of holds them in an X like this. It's pretty cool. And the group of you, you,
Why isn't it? Why it's so weird? It won't. Sorry.
I don't know. Did the language drop down to set to Dwarvish? Maybe you have
Yeah.
to have your token selected. I bet that's it.
Oh yeah, I don't have a token on this one.
Yeah, here, I'll pull one out for you so you can use it really fast.
Okay. Everyone
Ah.
saw. Everyone saw my
I-
secret. My
I
secrets.
didn't get a chance to read it, but I guess. And the group of you approach the large stone doors to the council building. You can see that carved on its front are the kind of like artistic symbols of each clan. You can see like a stag like prancing over a meadow, a bear like fighting down a giant. All of these like very artistic depictions of each clan that make them seem very glamorous. Do you go inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, how like busy is it? Like crowded and everything?
In this entryway, I would say it's like imagine like being in front of like the like Capitol building. Like I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but it's definitely like active. Like there are definitely like people here, like walking in and out.
Jaryu Yukizos, y'all better lead the way.
You better not have me lead the way.
Gladly.
Well,
And
I'm
I don't
not
know where
welcome in
I'm
this
going.
place.
And Yokizos walks forward. As soon as y'all like breach the perimeter of the council building and make it inside, a dwarf steps up to you all and kind of pulls you aside and says, "Please come with me." And he kind of walks on out.
I just
And he
look
brings.
suspiciously.
Oh yeah, you watch.
Does he look like he's part of the council to me, or does he just look like some random dwarf just asking me to follow him?
No, he is quite well decorated.
Okay.
He has
Yeah.
very filamented robes and all of that.
So I turn to them and I'm like, I only have one experience of being in here, but all I'm saying is the faster we can get out of here, the faster we can take care of other shit. So let's try not to linger too long with the council. And then I follow the guy.
Yeah, and he brings you off to a side wing of the council building. I think that Jaryu, you and Yokizos would be a little surprised as he brings you to a very quiet and unpopulated hallway. And there's no one down the length of this hallway. It's very well decorated. There are paintings lining the walls, fine linens. It's definitely a lot of thought has been put into this place. But it doesn't feel the same as the first time you came here when you were being prepped to go into the council chambers. And he quickly wings a left and opens a stone door and kind of ushers you inside. Please, please. And the
Where
group
are
of you
we?
go
Where
inside.
are you? Where are you taking us?
It is of the utmost importance that you go inside. Please, please, please.
Is the council in there?
This isn't where we met
No.
last time.
No. More important than that.
What clan are you with?
And he kind of looks at you and almost gives you like a small smile and says, "Clan of the Eagle."
I pull out my
I've
little-
never. It's not in my brochure. I don't see Clan of the Eagle in here.
What clan are you with?
And he turns back to you and he says, "Tundeth, I am with the clan of the Eagle." And Jaryu, I want for you to do a like a history check, but with advantage for me.
It says eagle. I'm looking at
Ventus.
fucking
Ventus.
Ventus.
Oh,
Like-
dude, look at that roll.
And Jaryu, you're confused. You're like, what?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Yokizos looks at Jaryu, and I'm like, what the hell's the clan of the eagle?
I got my hands
And-
up. I don't know.
He kind of ushers y'all inside and closes the door behind you. And he brings you into a small but handsome study. There's a fireplace going. It's all oak lined. It's kind of one of those dark study type rooms. You can smell cigar smoke as well as bookshelves kind of lining these walls. And waiting for you at a desk, who stands up as soon as you enter, is a familiar face to Yokizos and Undar. He stands up and he says,
Jaryu.
"My apologies for being so quick and without wordage. My name, for those of you who don't know me, is Leif Kinyokin. I am the High Judge of all of Vonrik. I lead this council."
Why aren't we meeting in the council chambers? What are we meeting here for?
Well, I wanted to catch you before any of the council members saw that you might be here, if we're being perfectly honest with one another. I received your message from the Raven clan not too long ago, so they are currently the only clan that knows that you have arrived here back in Vonrik. I had also invited Broxnopozna, the High Priest. And he kind of turns to the non-dwarves and says, we have two, what do you call them, presidents? We have two presidents over the city, over the Dwarven kingdoms, I suppose. I'm one of them for the politics side, and then we have another for the religious side. It's like a two thing, and I'm one of them. I'm still very important, is I guess what I'm trying to stress, and my other half was not able to make it here, the high priest, but I'm the high judge. I wanted to have a conversation with all of you before the clans begin to speak with you, question you, all of that. Thank you for coming. May I have your names?
Yeah,
This is quite
Yokizos looks
cheap.
at them because like he already.
This
knows.
is quite the change of tone from the last time we met.
I'm Ventus.
And he raises a hand whenever you speak, Ventus, completely ignoring you. He just kind of like shakes you off.
I just like look around like I thought that's what he wanted us to do.
Well, yes. In many ways, but things are a little different now. By what do you mean, Turndith?
I mean, what do you want?
What's different?
I know
Okay.
you didn't invite us here for the niceties.
No,
I judge.
I didn't. You're right. I brought you here, I guess, as a warning. Not from me, but to you.
Wolf Clan?
The group... Not precisely. Not overtly. There's several things that are going to be happening now that you're here. You are, in a sense, war heroes. Our Undern. You have met Undern. He has not kept himself quiet about how he feels, and about your performance in Von Reek, or in Okari, excuse me. And the dwarves, some of the dwarves, are quite excited to meet your acquaintance. I believe every one of the clans wants to speak with you, and they will all be sending messengers, if not the clan elders themselves, to be arranging formal dinners and councilships with you all. There are some quirks to our culture that will also be playing a part. You all, except for Jaryu here, are clanless. as guests of Von Rieg, this is without honor. This is very bad. And being war heroes that you are, each clan will be very eager to have you under their banner. They will all be attempting to probably assuade you and sell themselves to you to join them under their banner so that they may say that we have the lizard, we have the bird of the war heroes as an advertisement for their clan. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
I've already picked my allegiance, High Judge.
Yeah, he's joining the Worm Clan.
Is this true?
The Ox Clan. Darn.
I suppose that does not come with much surprise. I preface this all with that I know that you are here also not of your own validity and not without your own objectives. Am I correct?
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Exactly. And I support you and I'm here to help you how I can, as long as it doesn't interfere with my own work. But I know that you're here to attempt to rectify our political situation. And I think that your job is only going to be made harder with how the clans are going to be vying for your attention and your allegiance. I do not think that they will present them honestly to you. They will not present themselves honestly to you. They will try to sell themselves to you. So I wanted to warn you of this. Does this make sense to you?
I think so.
We know how to play the game, High Judge.
Yes, you will have to play the game. There are many games here in Von Rieg. Some of them are actually quite fun. This one is not. This one is not going to be fun.
What about me, High Judge? Are they gonna throw me a parade? Are they gonna invite the Worm Clan to the council? I'm a war hero after all.
Yes, Dundith, you present, I think, to the clans and to the people a very interesting predicament. I think, I don't know this, but if I were to guess what might happen, I think the Worm Clan will benefit nothing from your actions, but I think that you will.
The Worm Clan were as much war heroes as the rest of them.
I don't doubt you, but they will.
That hasn't changed.
Lopen hit a cube with a hammer, so...
Who?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Sornin shot a comment at a weird dog thing. So...
These tales are nice, but I think that you should approach these meetings with an open ear and an open mind.
And it sounds like we need to be cautious as well.
Yes. The truth will be hard to pull from these clans, more so than usual. Like you said, there is a definite game here in Von Rieg, and these clans know how to play it very well, minor and major. They're all part of this ecosystem. To help you, and he kind of gestures to Jaryu and Yokizos, the two of them, of course, know that you have been granted a safe house here in the city. It is up in the Tilbadel district, somewhat near the clan of the clan house of the squirrel. Very nice area. I have decided to do more. And when he says this, a dwarf walks into the room, kind of opens the door and closes it behind him and is standing there. He's a younger looking dwarf. He has a beard that kind of comes to here. It's not the whites and grays of a lot of older dwarfs, but instead a very strong black. He's kind of balding, but he has kind eyes and a big nose. And he kind of brings forward and he says, "This is Resclaws. You may call him Rezi for short. He's going to be your personal steward while you are here in Von Rig. He will live with you in the safe house. We have a detached space for him. But he is a member of the clan of the Elm, save for diplomats, dignitaries, and the like.
The Elm, ELM.
Yes, like an elm tree.
How can we
They
be
chose-
sure that he's not an undercover agent for one of the other clans?
Yeah, it seems like a watchdog to me.
And the High Judge kind of smiles and he says, "This is a wonderful moment for me to teach you a little about how our politics work here. As I'm sure you have put together quite quickly. All of our dwarves here in Von Rig and in Norvisk align themselves to a clan. These are typically familial, ancestral. But there is a special line of dwarves that are clanless. Being clanless is the worst fate to happen to a dwarf. They are expelled, exiled, and ignored until they die. Except for one lineage of dwarf. A dwarf whose role is so important and so critical to the underlying function of Von Rig and Norvesk and the dwarves themselves, that it is essential for this dwarf to never have aligned with a clan in the first place, to be raised independent of all clans, to be the one or two clanless dwarves. And that dwarf is the High Judge and the High Priest. I am aligned to no clan, for it is my job to be impartial to all clans.
You're aligned to no clan on paper, but everyone has their motivations.
And to your surprise, he gives you a big smile, and he says, you are learning to play the game.
I already told you, we know how to play the game.
Well,
Who's the clan of the Eagle? What the hell is that? Never even heard of that in my life.
What about that game, huh?
clan of the Judiciary. You will notice that we have very many small professional clans. They are not really clans, but they call themselves this to feel more important. They have no clan house, no clan leader. It basically tells you what they do for a living. If someone is clan of the Eagle, they're probably a low-ranking judge or work in the judiciary.
Just for all these other non-dwarfs, that don't know, could you tell them, do those like professional clan names, do they actually align with an actual clan house, one of the officially recognized ones?
This is a very good question. Thank you. You of course know this, but the others do not.
Yes, that's right, I do.
Typically, what this means is that their job requires a level of impartiality, and they are forced to renounce their familial clan. But due to us forcing them to renounce themselves, not as a punishment, but just to perform their jobs better, to their fullest, utmost potential, we award them with a not fake clan, but a secondary clan that still allows them to say that they're a part of a clan. So you get Clan of the Eagle, Clan of the Elm, Clan of the Wolverine runs the jail.
Is that Clan of the Eagle guy still in the room?
No, he's outside.
Okay.
I lean towards Jen and I'm like, that means that some of them still have their alliances and allegiances.
Yes, I wonder who the elms are, like what they do.
They're dignitaries and diplomats.
Diplomats,
right?
yes, diplomats.
So there's only two. Just to remind everybody else who might not know here.
Only two what? What are you trying to remind them?
Elm clan members?
No,
So there's
no,
only one or two at a time?
two unaligned clan members. I was trying to be cool. The High Priest and the High Judge
Oh, okay.
are never allowed to be part of any clan ever growing up.
Okay,
and my
sorry,
father, his father, our whole lineage. Never clanned.
All right, High Judge. I think we're gonna go to our safe house and gather our bearings before we do anything else.
Sure. Will you permit Tilly to go with you?
He has his own house that's separate, like his own little.
It's like attached, like a little bungalow.
Can we lock him in his bungalow if we didn't want him to come?
Of course, you can maintain privacy as you seek.
Okay. Yeah.
He is here simply to help you explore the city, tell you about certain places that might be of interest, answer any questions you have about the clans.
That sounds useful. I guess we'll take him. And I look at the rest of the group. And I'm like, but we're gonna keep an eye on him, right?
Until he kind of gives you like a...
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, no, he's in there with you.
I still say.
Hey, I turned to him and asked him, what clan did you renounce?
I renounce the Goat Clan.
Fair enough.
Well, it's not really a threat, I guess.
I was a baker.
Oh.
So you know some good restaurants around here?
Or
Yes.
cook for us.
Hell
As
yeah.
a
And I imagine I like am silent and serious the whole time, both like dwarf brother skulls on either side as I have walked through the city, talked to everybody, and my first words are like, "Oh, baking, huh?"
Yes, I do enjoy a good bake. Especially bread.
We will keep this one.
All right, come on, Tilly.
Wait. Hi, Judge. You wasted all of our time. I need you to hear introductions from everyone in this room.
Yes, I would love to hear the introductions of
Start with
everyone.
Ventus.
But I do want to be clear, this was not a waste of time. This was very productive, at least from my standpoint. But please, introduce yourselves.
Start
Did I
with
say
Ventus
waste of time?
because you
Sorry, I didn't
rudely
mean to say
ignored
waste
him
of time.
earlier.
I didn't mean to.
I raise my hand. I'm Ventus.
Ventus, you are Aarakocra, correct?
And I nod.
Yes. I have received many a letter of your kind, migrating across the great ocean. Yes.
Yes.
I am sure the Kraken clan would love to hear the stories of the sea that you might have to tell as you flew.
And where's the Kraken clan?
It is on the far side of Tilbidel. You won't be able to miss it.
Okay, that sounds cool.
And you, my furry friend. And he turns to you, Thunder.
I already have a feeling that he doesn't really care, so I'm just like, Thunder, and that's
And
it.
when you say that, he kind of shakes his head and he says, No. I am aware of your tabaxi culture. You are given two names.
I'm a little surprised that I say
Jin raises his eyebrows.
Roaring Thunder.
Ah, yes, this sounds much more fitting. You were born in Storm.
Yes.
Very nice.
I smirk.
Thunderface.
And he turns to you, Aslos, and says, And a Goliath. Perhaps we don't get too close to the Bear Clan, huh? And he kind of smiles at first, and then it kind of goes away.
Kind of just like grunt at him partially, and then I don't say anything. I don't even like pronounce my name or anything. I just look at him.
And he kind of looks to the rest of you and says, Honestly, with our history, that's probably fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
I'm sure you genocided a lot of them.
Yes. I mean, we have a... You know what, I don't want to touch on it. Here, and you, modest human.
I'm Jin.
Also unstandard from human naming convention.
Yeah, I don't have like a family name or anything like that.
From which city do you reign?
Okay, right?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, we just saved it. Don't be so forlorn
That's
about
true.
it.
That's
Shit.
true. I would like to schedule perhaps a dinner together to discuss what happened in Ocaria and our futures together. I will set up Tilly with a schedule and perhaps we can get this in writing.
Very well.
Alright, thanks. What was his name?
Hi, Judge.
Thanks, High Judge.
Yeah, high judge. Definitely the high judge.
Yeah,
He
you
kind
gotta
of
go
gives
all-
a small bow.
Could David? Is it possible to add those two? Not clan. You don't need to add Clan of the Elm and the Clan of the Eagle, but like if you could add the High Judge names and the High Priest name to the drop down.
Oh, under clans.
Yeah.
Yes, I
there
can
was
do that.
There was that page on the homepage. I remember that
Right.
had them listed on it, but
Mm-hmm.
That was on the clans.
So,
yeah.
Whenever I head
Map
out,
clan.
or I guess whenever we head out, I lead the party to the old rail system, the minecart system.
oh, where's that guy?
Yeah, the group of you walk outwards from the council chambers, and even though like you don't really go like outside, the like fresh air is very nice after that meeting, as you kind of get washed again with the just like the warmth of Von Rieg. And immediately in front of you, you can see at this red glowing rune here is a minecart station, and it's conveniently placed to be right in front of the council, so you can very clearly see it just directly in front of you. As dwarves go up a small lift to be brought upward, because this railway tracks above the city. It's going like over the buildings in a raised rail. And it's quite impressive looking. You can watch it as it goes like almost all around your peripherals. It's huge. It's massive as it goes around this entire cave complex. And so because of that, there are a series of lifts that bring dwarves up to where the actual rail station is. And the group of you watch as you walk towards it. And it's probably like a good like 50 feet up in the air, giving you a beautiful view of the city as well as you ride in his cart.
Yeah, do I remember that guy's name? I paid a gold when it was like 3 copper to ride.
Only if you do, because I don't.
Nope.
His name was Jason.
As I get up to the top of the lift,
I think it's
is
Anthony.
Jason here?
And
Jason!
one of the dwarves responds to you in Dwarvish. He says, "There ain't no dwarf named Jason."
Well, we paid last time I was here. I paid a gold to get passage or whatever, and I still feel like I gotta be paid up on that.
He kind of shrugs. He says, "If you find Jason, tell him I said hi and work my shift too."
Wait a minute, could this be the guy? And I point at him.
And like while you're like pointing at him and stuff, he's like ushering like dwarves onto carts and kind of yelling like, come on, keep it moving, thank you. Off you go." And he slaps a minecart and it kind of begins to drive off.
Alright, and I pull out my map. We need to go to the Kraken clan house. That's the closest one.
Oh.
Trying to get to Tilbadel.
The dwarf kind of turns back to all of you and says, "Are you going somewhere, or are you just gonna stand here?"
I just told you we're going to the Kraken clan house.
So you're okay.
Does
Well, how
it
many
look
you
like
got?
I'm from here?
And he looks at you and says, "He doesn't look at you. Looks like you're from like a not from here."
And I toss him a gold, and I'm like, "What's your name?" Is it Jason?
And he kind of looks at the coin for a second and pockets it. And he says, "There ain't no dwarf named Jason, but you can call me Jason. Sure, call me Jason for a gold. You can call me Jason. I'm Jason. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Jason.
And he kind of
this-
switches over to common. Hey,
this is
just so
gonna
all
give
of you
us-
know, I'm Jason. Okay.
I understood all of
It's
that,
like-
Jason. Is okay.
It's like,
This
yeah,
is to
I've
cover all of
understood
our,
him the whole
our
time.
fares
like-
for a little while. I understand it won't last forever, but this is to cover all of our fares for a little while.
Yeah. Get in. He's kind of shoving y'all into the minecart. And
I look over at Aslis and ask if he fits okay.
yeah,
I
as
care.
y'all are getting in, like it's becoming quite obvious that like y'all are not gonna fit in. And so he walks to the back of it and he like pulls on the back really hard. And you can see that it pulls out like another sectional of the cart that extends outward. And a new rack of wheels kind of flops down with it. And it allows all of you to fit in the same cart. And he says, you got a double topper, so it's gonna be a little more expensive.
I'm sure gold covers it, Jason.
Gold covers it. You're trying to get to Tilbadell. Here you go. And he slaps the minecart. And as he slaps it, it kind of begins to rock and rumble and y'all begin to rock onwards. And as the minecart takes you, you do get to see a really cool view of like the council building with the monuments on each side, praising Balma and Mothra. And you get to see just kind of the Von Rieg, you could tell, was not built in a planned way. It's very much built on top of itself in a very disorderly way that really only works because the doors are so good with stone. But it's not like pretty like Long Rest was, where it was like beautiful architecture, like the finest marble that stretched out over ponds and lakes that were like magically like enhanced. No, this is like buildings are spilling over each other. They're built up on top of each other in like weird patterns that only work because they have like strong structural support. It's definitely not pretty. But it's interesting from like an engineering standpoint that it all like holds together okay. And your cart goes onwards, and as y'all are kind of admiring all of this infrastructure, the cart slips and begins to go down. And it's now like you're going fast in the darkness of these mine tunnels. And
How fast are we going? Like
I
a
would
roller
say-
coaster or like a?
like kind of like a roller coaster, not like you're scared yet, but like one of those like kind of like mini dips, you know, where it's just like the wind's blowing back in your face, you're kind of having to hold on because it's so rickety. It's going for sure. It's going big time. And the group of you are flying off. And what adds to kind of the anxiety of this riding is that there are several other carts going in opposite directions, and these like track shifts, these switchbacks are going crazy. Like they just kind of like randomly are going, and it's like it's only happening just in time for you to make it. There's no comfort in it at all. Everything feels like at any moment it could all just kind of fly off, or you could not hit the switchback. But somehow all of these intersections are done. They switch immediately, and you go, and then the next one immediately goes, and then there's one that's coming around you, and like there's one cart, and these miners are kind of having to lean on it so that it doesn't hit, like it scratched the side of your cart. It's chaos, kind of like driving in New York, where they just have a different expectation of what it should be like, and none of you are ready for it except for Jaryu. And I like to imagine Jaryu during. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've fallen asleep like 10 minutes into the ride.
Right.
Like a
Yeah,
subway
this
ride.
is so nothing for you.
Yeah.
And so finally, it takes maybe like 3 to 5 minutes for this cart to finally reach its full extent. And then finally you take your last turn, and the cart once again kind of emerges out into daylight as you all pop out over here in front of the Kraken clan house. And the cart kind of rolls to a stop, and as soon as it stops, the dwarf begins to usher y'all out. Come on, let's keep it moving. Come on. Bring it on out.
Yeah, as we step out, I pull out my map again. I'm like,
This was the closest one.
yeah, so it's over here. I point on the map, and we're right here. So yeah.
And I misspoke a little bit here when I said that it like 5 to 6 minutes. I meant for this like descent. It takes like 5 to 6 minutes. The whole trip is probably like 20 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I think we just go here, and I start walking.
Yeah. And the group of you walk past the very impressive Kraken clan house. The buildings stretch out almost like tentacles as wings have been built out onto this structure. And like all the other buildings, you can kind of even see in the artwork here how all the buildings are kind of like built on top of each other and stacked up on each other, layered upwards. But it's a huge building, and it has huge banners waving, showing the clan of the Kraken's like herald on it. And it's no shock to any of you that this is the Kraken clan house. Like anyone can see from a mile away that this is their safe house. And you reach out to the main drag here, this long boulevard that hundreds of dwarves must be walking up and down. You can tell this is a very main street. And right now you can see that somehow, magically, there are autumn leaves kind of falling down. They don't collide with you. When they touch you, they just kind of fade through you and fall down. But this whole, this whole boulevard looks as though you are in the middle of autumn. There are huge sycamore trees that grow out from the dirt that are dropping these leaves that are in beautiful reds and yellows and oranges. It's like a fall postcard in every single way. There are maple syrup buckets everywhere, and you can see just every now and then the slightest hint of snow that's beginning to fall down. And as you walk through this causeway, you can smell like the very strong smells of pine and maple as you're walking down. But as soon as you kind of leave just this stretch of the causeway, the sensations begin to leave you. You no longer feel the brisk wind of an autumn breeze. You no longer see the leaves falling down on you. There are no more leaf piles. The trees are no longer there. They exist here in the causeway, but they only exist in the causeway. As you walk down the stretch.
As I'm walking through, I'm trying to like catch these falling leaves with my bag of holding as I'm just going through it.
I think it would seem quite obvious to you, Thunder, after a couple tries to catch that these leaves, there's something special about them. They are not leaves.
I'm dedicated. I'm trying the whole way.
The whole way you try. It's probably like
I'm
a
trying to catch one of these fucking leaves.
10 to 15 minute walk down this entire stretch until the group of you reach this little cozy area right here. And you can see that there are a lot of dwarves sitting out at tables outside. They're all eating, having coffees, drinking. And there's a small clan house with a large banner that drapes in front of it, showing off this little artwork of like a squirrel, which catches some of your interest as you walk past. But finally, after maybe 20 minutes of walking from the rail station, you reach your safe house.
20 minutes. I'll hold you to that, David. 20 minutes.
I'm trying to remember these. I need to write down.
Yeah, I should.
There's just scale.
And as I walk, like, I want to be, like, just in constant observation. What did I like? Like, I know I saw probably a couple people of the Kraken house, a couple people, like, of the, Squirrel Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I notice, the prejudice? Like, and I'm sure, like, Ventus maybe sees some of the same, but as a Goliath, I'm trying to identify, very quickly who goes which direction.
And I think that it would be safe to say that anyone that has the chance to see you is definitely staring. I don't even know if it would go as deep as like clan affiliation, but more so like if you walk past dwarves, like they're all like looking up at you and like looking at you. It is not so much like prejudice necessarily as it is more like maybe even like fear.
So I don't see any, like, so far that I know I could, like, foresee as somebody that would hunt my people.
No. And I'll let you roll a perception check to see, because I think that you would know, and especially after the High Judge's comment, that it's like the Bear Clan, right? Yeah. That is, like, definitely the one that, like, I don't say you need to like watch out for, but at least like historically would be like the clan, right?
Yeah.
And Yokesis, I noticed that you rolled a history check.
Oh, that was
What was
forever
it?
ago to remember that guy's name.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, as you definitely notice stares, pointing, conversation. Like there's a lot of attention being brought your way, and to be fair, there's some also being brought towards just the group in general. But I think that you would still be able to notice there's like a different kind of attention being brought your way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm like, as I like a backstory at Azos, like, and I have like defected from my people. Like I have like gone away from the Goliaths, but I do know of like what pain the dwarfs have brought, like, you know, in the past. And it's not all dwarfs, so it's more like I don't like, you know, the dwarfs in general. Like it's almost like I have it's almost like I'm always on guard. Trust them eventually, but like, you know, stay hesitant off the bat because I know that not all dwarfs can be trusted.
I'm looking at Jaryu. He's telling me this.
Do I pick up on his?
Did you like vocally
That was
share
out-
this? Right
no,
now?
sorry, that was
okay. Yeah,
out of the
that's
game,
what I
out of
thought.
game.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's why I figured.
Thunder's just weirdly looking at Jaryu.
Yeah.
Still
Do I notice this weird like? Why are they both looking weird?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think. I mean, it might take like a second or two, but then you definitely be like, what?
That's awesome.
I look at Thunder and I first say, Thunder, stop looking at me with your weird cat eyes. And then I turn to Aslos and I just say, they don't all hate you. And that's all I say, and I keep walking. I walk away.
Kind of look at him and I just give him a smile and I nod.
That's
and
good.
When Jaryu told me to stop looking at him with my cat eyes, I do the like with my eyes.
That was pretty good.
It's like a eyebrow little wave like.
Yeah.
And I did an inside check to see if I could tell like Aslos is like looking out for this, to see if like he feels a little not uneasy, but you know, just checking his whereabouts.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, I
See
mean,
if-
I also want a clan to be like. I mean, I want to be accepted by a clan just like anybody else. Like that's kind of why I've seen that, and I know that that's not always going to be the pick of. Well, okay, I haven't met the clan of the worm yet. I know that you have a glowing sword. That's it. So like, I'm like, I like am looking around like maybe I can find a clan as well, which is unheard of for a Goliath.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, and I want to tell you, David, because I haven't told you. As we're walking around, Thunder's looking for like a leather work shop
Interesting. Okay.
for crafting.
Yeah.
So as we're doing this tour, I'm looking out for something for that.
Sure.
Oh, quick question: is Froyo with us?
She would definitely be with you. I will leave it up to you on whether or not she's like out.
Are we am I able to stuff her in a bag of holding, or if not, I'll just like have her. I'll just carry her around with me.
Yeah, I think that maybe
Or,
in this circumstance it
within my
makes sense for her to
cloak,
be-
right? Like I want
Yeah,
to
like
hidden, but
inside, kinda. Yeah.
David,
I like to
forgot-
imagine every now and then her head like kind of pokes out. She's like,
Oh yeah,
and then
definitely has to
you kind
have
of just
that.
shove her back in.
I forgot to mention that right across from the safe house, I was gonna put his leatherworking shop right there. I totally forgot. I didn't tell you that one yet. But...
Yeah, no one mentioned that yet. Thunder, no, you definitely don't see a leatherworking shop, but a lot of that is because you don't speak Dwarven, and so these shop names, these signs,
I mean,
are
Druidic and Dwarven both start with D's, so I feel like it's almost like Tagalog and Spanish. You know, it's kind of like
That's true.
Some similarities in a sense.
Swedish and Spanish both do begin with an S.
You know, you can simply ask somebody that speaks Dwarvish.
Oh, that's
And
true.
it's an
Hey,
H.
Jaryu.
Yes, Catman.
And every time Jaryu says Catman, I do my eyebrow thing. I said as we're here visiting your land, I am looking for a leather workshop. So as we're walking around, if we happen to be in the area, just give me a little nudge. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do this with my beard. I just keep doing it each time.
And as y'all approach the safe house, Tilly kind of raises his hand and he says, "There's the safe house." And he kind of points, and you can see there's a tiny little building that comes off the safe house. And there's my little bungalow.
Bungalow.
Tilly,
Bungalow.
before you go,
Yeah.
Wait, make us some bread.
now, can you give us some insight on what's going on in the inner workings of the council?
Oh wow, this that's a lot.
I mean, you work there, don't you? You have
Yes,
to have
I know.
some stuff.
We hand him our chart that we started last session. Can you just fill this
Yeah,
out?
just fill this
You don't know how to
He-
use Google Sheets yet, but we can teach you.
He kind of strokes his beard for a second and says, "Well, to put it to sum it up very shortly for you, there is disagreement in the council on how to handle the current situation, and also the external, the 1T situation. Both together is where disagreement comes." And he kind of pauses for a second and says, I am very sorry. My common isn't the strongest, but fortunately, due to my background, I can speak it mildly.
No, you're doing great.
Does this answer your question?
Yeah, that's
Hey.
very helpful. Thank you, Tilly.
Tilly, do you know of the Fearbolg that the Raven Clans has haphazardly let out into the middle of the city?
And his eyes get kind of big, and he says, "There is a fear bulk loose in the city."
Well, not loose. I mean, he's not violent. But
Do
he's
we
probably
need?
lost and frightened.
Oh,
Since
I
you're
thought-
kind of
did
like,
he
If
come
it-
back- did he not come back to the safe house?
the image of Grot lost and afraid in the city,
Oh, no.
It's
Yeah,
so
I
funny. to me.
immediately send ascending to Grot.
oh yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Grot, just come to the safe house. Where you at, bud?
And Yokizos, it takes you a second, but you realize, kind of as it's happening, you aren't getting a response.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
we gotta rescue Grot. Yokizos.
How
gotta
tall
find
is
Grot.
this? How tall is this fear bulk that is lost
like-
and on the
he's
loose?
like 7 feet
Tilly!
tall.
Where the fuck is Grot?
And Tilly gets really wide-eyed, and he says, I do not know what a grot is, but we will find this fair bulk. I will get our greatest dog catchers on the case.
No,
They
no.
will
Did you
scourge
say
the
dog
streets.
catchers?
I
I need a private investigator right now.
try, and he turns to you, Jaryu, and switches to Dwarvish and
Yes.
says,
Yeah.
"What does he mean by private investigator? What does this mean?"
Someone, and I respond back in Dwarvish, someone who can investigate, where Grot went.
And
Someone-
he very slowly turns his head to you as you respond in Dwarvish, and he says, "Oh, I see. You are wanting a private investigator." But he says it in Dwarvish, so it makes sense to him.
Yeah, we're
If
looking
you're
for.
wanting of someone under this employ, if you're wanting to do it, well, I suppose the first place to turn would be the Rat Clan.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust those bastards.
A detective of sorts, yes?
And I turn to the rest of the party and I know you didn't really know Grot, but he is a close friend of mine.
I did not know Grot, no.
I'm
But
not talking to you, Tilly.
Oh.
God.
I turn to Tilly and say in Dwarvish, and he's a fucking war hero.
And you can see that Tilly kind of pales a little bit, and he says, "I personally will make a visit to the Rat Clan to see into a private investigator, and perhaps, not perhaps," and he raises a hand real dramatically, "not perhaps, we will find this Firbolg that is loose in Von Reek.
He's not loose.
Don't
He's
ever,
not.
and I say in
He's not
Dwarvish,
feral. You fucking
don't ever
idiot.
suggest hiring a dog catcher to find a Firbolg. Tilly.
You are right. This is my big apology. My biggest apology that I will make. And and he kind of closes his he has like a little notebook that he's been writing in. No, this is unforgivable. I will go now to the Rat Clan to seek private investigation. Are there any other questions that you have before I leave you and
If you
return
need gold,
later this
I
evening?
have it.
What?
If you need gold to hire the private investigator, I have it.
Oh wow, this is a great turn of events. I will check investigator cost.
Thank you, Tilly.
Do you want the best of best? Or
We want
What?
Grat found.
Yeah, I don't want some skeevy, crappy, Rat Clan guy with a million boxes in his
And-
one-chair
yeah.
office, okay?
And I kind of come out of nowhere, and I put down a bag of 25 gold. And I say, does this answer your question?
Thank you.
And that's the only thing. That is the only thing that I have said to him,
Yeah.
the whole time. And then I kind of step back.
Okay, message has been received. I am going to head to Rat Clan now, and I will return probably in the evening with our private investigationer, because I will not take no for no answer. And he kind of turns on his heel and begins to walk out from Tilbadel.
Thank you, Tilly. I say exasperated.
I kind of like him.
Tilly?
He has that attitude. He's getting it done. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, I don't
Just
dislike
don't
him. It's just
Don't forget, anything we say is gonna make its way back to the High Judge.
That's absolutely true.
I don't. Yeah, I have no issues with them. It's just don't fucking say a dog. Imagine me hey, I want you to find my friend, and they're like, oh, we'll hire the animal patrol. Are you shitting me?
And I turn to
Fuck off,
Yakizos.
man.
I turn to Yakizos and I say, the Dwarvish people have a lot of ingrained prejudice. Look at Aslos here.
Okay.
Well, what's wrong with Aslos?
Nothing to me.
Grot
but
came here
a lot
with
of the
me
dwarves killed
and
his
you
people.
to Von
The dwarf also killed a lot of
Jaru,
people.
I don't know what I think of this clan of the worm so far, my friend.
That's fine with me. I don't care.
Jaru, Grot came here with you and me in high esteem with us to the fucking High Council, and they think he's a dog?
Look, I agree with you, but the dwarves committed many atrocities against a lot of people. And they don't understand that. When was the last time they saw a Firbolg?
Whenever we were standing in front of the entire Council of Elders.
But if the wrong people go after Grot, he's gonna get hurt. And
Grot
only
also
you and I
came
can
back
pick on Grot.
with saving injured dwarves as well. I understand there's prejudice, but God, this pisses me off.
Do I smell the food at all coming from this?
Definitely whenever you walked past, yeah. Y'all are right kind of by all the good food.
Good.
And Aslos, no, I do care. I want you to meet the Worm Clan folk. Okay.
You've already met a couple Aslos.
These tiny furry creatures over to the side with the good food might be interesting.
You want to go eat right now? You just made
Andrew,
a huge meal for us.
Your face. Yeah, that was literally maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, I mean, and I am total tunnel vision at this point ever since we passed that thing, so.
Eat.
Can we go there not an hour after we just had that huge meal you just made us?
I mean, you don't have to go with me. I mean, I just.
I can make you a better deal.
It's right out. It's right out. Oh God, you're not cooking for me.
I have an appointment at a very fun tavern that I think you would enjoy.
Oh.
If you would like to come.
And I immediately noticed as soon as we got into the city that I am slightly being recruited to the. I'm trying to be recruited to the Worm Clan. Ever since we heard the High Judge, I've noticed a complete change in Jaru, and I'm like, maybe.
That's fine.
He thinks no matter everyone talking to him that's a dwarf is trying to recruit him from now on.
As I wear like 2 dead dwarf like heads next to my like on my neck with a bunch of toes.
Rotting toes.
Some or don't. I'm just saying you might have a good time.
What
Never know.
tavern is this?
The Rumor Wheel and the Market District.
Where's that at?
Rumor mill.
Oh.
Right
Rumor
there.
Wheel.
Where?
Yeah.
Someday.
It
Oh.
says in the brochure that it's cramped and dirty.
Yeah.
What?
And lots
Oh,
of brawls.
now,
Lots
you
of
really
brawls.
have my interest peaked now.
Lots of brawls. Lots
Ooh,
of
wait,
drinking.
brawls. Okay.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. A giant Goliath could go far at the Rumor Wheel. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I kind of like look at Yokizos and I'm like, what is the clan that you wish to be a part of?
I mean, I'm leaning Ox Clan. I mean, they've been trying to recruit me for a little while now, but you know.
What I want this to feel like is like y'all are rushing.
Yeah, like a fraternity.
Yeah.
The Ox Clan offers a lot of really cool benefits, but I don't know. The Wolf Clan could train me in some fighting a little better, and the Kraken I can go on boats.
They got a cool house.
As this conversation is happening, I'm just going to start strolling south towards the Rumor Wheel because I do have an appointment. And
yeah, I imagine
you can follow me or don't. I don't give a shit.
I'll
That's how
follow
I
you,
feel
and
about it.
I'll keep talking about like the different clans and why I might want to go join their clan.
To make sure that you know, Jaryu, your appointment is set for that evening, and it is currently early in the morning.
Oh shit. Well, never mind.
Just so you, I don't want you to wait there for the next 9 hours.
Hey, you know what? We're already
rolled
out.
the
Let's
nature
just
check
go.
for the
Let's go
time.
explore.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been talking about coming to Von Riek forever. Let's actually
let's
see what there is to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, and I think that that's a great place to end our session because it gives me another week to give you more things to
Damn,
visit.
I didn't realize it was already fucking 9.
Yeah. You know what they say, Manny?
Nailed it.
Time flies when you're having fun.
There it is.
Have fun.
This recruitment process is going to be the greatest RP ever. And Aslos is going to be like one of those like top bitches that can't decide at all.
Everybody wants me now.
Yeah,
He's gonna tell like 7 people, yeah, you're my number 1.
Work a bunch
And
Aslos is gonna wake up and he has all those invites that slid underneath his door.
Yeah.
Each clan is going to have their own process that my goal isn't for it to be kind of like a side thing that y'all can do as you're doing like the main Von Rieg arc. That's a little more personal to your interests. So
I already
we'll explore
love,
that more.
even though it's not finished yet, just having the locations and just being like, oh, hey, let's go meet at the Rumor Wheel kind of thing. Like, just that type of stuff is already fun to me, and we have barely even touched it.
Cool. Yeah. I'm hoping that's going to feel like a lot of places to go.
There's so many places on the map. Like, I feel like there's no way we can hit all of these.
Well, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to.
Yeah, like even better, right? Like,
will we get any
gyms.
description of the clans themselves, or
So
not?
in the journal
the goal
notes,
is to just figure it out. Oh, they have it in there.
Yeah,
in
the journal notes they have that one that we all read over. Oh, you weren't there.
If you go
That
to the journal.
If you also go back to the home page in the top left, like that tab, like our landing page, there's a clans tab that I replaced in the like on the landing thing, and that should be able to guide you to each of the clans that you can then read about.
Also, not all of the clan markers on the map open stuff up.
They don't. I'll have to fix that for next week.
I'd much rather the locations be there than that be there.
Yeah, that's kind of a low priority one. But
one of the things that I do need for my sheet that's not like relatively important in the next couple of like role playing sessions is my actual like wildfire spirit information.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We can add that. And Jaryu, I'll get with you on on your class stuff. And for this next week, and really over the entirety of Henri, at least to a certain extent, now that y'all kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for with like these shops or locations and whatnot, and like the kind of categories of them, if you have an idea that you want to send my way, I'm happy to add it to the map. It's really easy to do.
I already got another one.
Yeah, so just let me know, send them my way, and we can add them. Because I know it's hard starting off just like with absolutely no idea, but now that you have some kind of reference points, it might be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to end for tonight.
Hell yeah.
GG's, guys. Thanks,
That was
David.
awesome.
Yep.